Grandnational at Montreal, or just outside Montreal at Saint-Air Speedway. The Sportsman are in the spotlight today, and right now we're getting ready for top alcohol dragster semifinal round. Don Blackshear going against Wayne Selko.
We're looking at Selko's automobile. He is over in the far lane because that's where Blackshear put him. Blackshear 6:18 in the round before gave him lane choice. Kuban giving a signal to Selko there to go ahead and hammer this thing. We've got nothing to lose. That lane may have a little bump in it some of the drivers don't like. It might be a little slicker, but more than anything, it's probably just psychological. If you see more cars win in one lane, well, that's the lane you go into, and that's where Blackshear is. It is Selko away first. Selko's ahead. A little smoke either off the engine or the tires spells his demise. Don Blackshear, 6:21, slowed up just a little bit. Maybe his
Bill Barney and Jeff Rapp.
Jeff Rapp executes a real fine burnout in the alcohol dragster. This is a very important procedure for these cars because they lead real hard with these 3-speed transmissions. You've got to have traction.
So as Barney and Rapp get ready for their run, let's check on the reaction now of Don Blackshear. He is with the Hall Dragster. Right now, our next pairing will determine his opponent. It's Bill Barney working from the near lane against Jeff Rapp. Barney, the #1 qualifier. Rapp was the #3 qualifier coming to this competition.
But Barney has really extended his performance edge over the field, including Jeff Rapp, who is over in the far lane. Let's see what happens. There's stage. It is Rapp away first. But Rapp is sideways, and you can't win drag races unless you keep them pointed down the quarter mile. So Barney wins it at 6:17. Ready for the semifinal round of competition eliminator. But NHRA is not quite ready for him, because first we have the semifinals of the blown alcohol funny cars. The biggest engines in all of drag racing, and through the quirks of qualifying, this side-by-side race, this particular affair has all the ingredients of being the best of the day, better than even the final, no matter how it works out. It is Frank Manzo in the near lane versus that car, Peter Gallant, one of only 2 funny cars to ever penetrate the 5-second elapsed time zone. The poverty-stricken car, yeah, right, up against Manzo, who operates a construction company in New Jersey, the second winningest alcohol funny car driver ever. The credentials are here for a terrific race. They're away. It is off the mark first by just 200 gallons, but Manzo breaks his back with a 6:07 to a losing 6:27. Don
Garland to put him in the finals, and our next pair going to determine who will run against Manzo in the finals. It'll be Edward Parker going against Ron Scott. Scott is in the near lane. He has the lane choice as he gets set now to complete his burnout. And on the opposite side, it's Parker who now rolls his color from the machine into position. Gets a little moisture there, liquid on the tires, ready to heat them up. And as he completes the burnout, let's go to Steve with 22. Parker has struggled up in the 650 category, and it's Parker on the far side now has got his work cut out for him. Scott on the near lane hoping to get into the finals against Manzo.
But as you know, Gary, in this kind of racing, anybody can win.
Oh, absolutely, and they both are intent on doing that. Well, Scott's car doesn't move hard off the starting line at all. Weaving his way down the racetrack is Parker to another 650, 655 to be exact, at 212 miles per hour.
You might not have expected that would be good enough to get you to the finals, but 3 times he's been in that same range, and it's been good enough each and every time.
The competition eliminator. I'm Steve Evans along with Gary Gerald and Don Garlett, and that is Vinnie Barone in the Street Roadster, hopping it up to the starting line. In the near lane is a man he predicted that he would race, Steve Taylor. Now, Vinnie Barone's B Roadster, as we told you before, 910 index. Steve Taylor's Charlie Alder an 850. So 6/10 of a second advantage will go to the little Street Roadster. You got to make maximum advantage of that. You got to capitalize on it when you get it. It'll be a little over one of those yellow lights on the tree. Beautiful start by both drivers, Don Garland.
Yes, it was, and that's what it takes. Be able to concentrate on your set of the lights like the earlier driver said.
And Vinnie Barone gets the win. He held off that late charge from Steve Taylor and the Roadster.
Well, you remember Armstrong said he had just a cheap little old race car? Well, he's right. His car is worth about what the transmission is in Brian Browell's Dragster. And look at Brower fly, Don.
Yeah, that car has got an expensive transmission shifting arrangement in. The most complicated one, I think, on the grounds today.
And it helped him power right past that Opel GT. Brian Brow will go